Welcome to Rekombu. We're here to demonstrate the key differences between the HTC One V and the Huawei Ascend G300. Despite both being relatively entry-level devices, with the One V representing the lowest HTC One series device, they are significantly different in terms of price point. Both have WVGA screens, 5-megapixel cameras and single-core processors, yet the One V costs £140 more, roughly, than the Huawei Ascend G300. You can pick up the Huawei Ascend G300 for £100 and the One V for £240 roughly. So the key differences come in the form of build, first of all. The HTC One V feels significantly more solid. As you can see or hear, it's a predominantly metal construction and it feels nice and cold to the touch. It's also very nicely considered. This chin at the bottom, coupled with the soft touch backing, is a very nice thing to hold, especially when doing things like taking pictures. So if we jump into the camera, you can see, practically speaking, it does make for a very nice experience. It did also just take a picture, very nice, quick camera. Putting that down, and we can see the Huawei Ascend G300 is a plastic phone. It feels solid for a plastic phone, don't get us wrong, and it definitely feels nice and dense. That said, it doesn't have that cold metal touch of the HTC One V. With its 4-inch screen, it also looks very impressive. They're both WVGA. The additional size on the Huawei Ascend will benefit people who are maybe a little bit harder of sight. That said, the HTC One V is sharper. The panel on the HTC One V is also better quality. You'll probably be able to tell through the video, colors are more saturated and everything looks very vibrant. The Huawei Ascend G300 in contrast looks slightly washed out. That said, for £100, as we said at the beginning, you're really not getting a bad deal, slightly washed out or not. Looking at the actual cameras themselves, we'll take a look at the back of the devices, and the HTC One V 5-megapixel camera, 5-megapixel camera on the Huawei, both have single LED flashes. However, where the differences lie come in the form of the 28mm wide angle on the One V. It also packs a backside illuminated sensor as well as an f2.2 lens. This is going to really help in low light, preventing that annoying grain that gets into mobile phone pictures. Also, the camera interface on the HTC One V is significantly nicer. If we open them up, camera, jump home, and camera, you've got on the Huawei Ascend the stock Android camera UI. In complete contrast, HTC have customized the high heavens out of the HTC One V camera. It's in fact the same experience you get with the One S and One X, which are their premium products. In turn, you can tweak, you can customize, you can add effects, all until you're blue in the face, and you'll get some really, really nice output from it. Unfortunately, the Huawei Ascend G300 just has a stock camera unit module. That said, you can download new ones from the market. That's pretty much the name of the game in terms of the user interface as well. With Sense, HTC have loaded up the phone with loads of widgets and programs that just make your life a lot easier. The Huawei Ascend has some cool widgets and programs as well, but nothing to rival the polish of HTC's. As far as performance goes, the HTC One V also beats the Huawei Ascend in terms of all the benchmarks, especially web browsing. Day-to-day performance, we did notice it was slightly faster. However, you will still get a decent speed out of your Huawei Ascend G300. In terms of other features, the only one we can really say springs to mind is Ice Cream Sandwich is present on the HTC One V. This is the latest version of Android, so anyone concerned about this, you can pick up a One V pretty much right now and it'll have it on it. The Huawei Ascend G300 has been promised Ice Cream Sandwich through an over-the-air update, however it won't be coming until the second half of 2012. So that's been a really quick hands-on comparison between the HTC One V and the Huawei Ascend G300. We can definitely see why the HTC One V costs £250 and feel it represents great value for money. The Huawei Ascend G300 at £100 is just an absolute bargain, no questions asked. Both great handsets, both very different, and yet both very similar. Thanks for watching Rekombu. This has been Basil, and if you have any questions on these handsets or want us to try anything out, just fire us a comment, tweet, Facebook or email.